Welcome back to the Medium Cool Show. Today we're going to be talking about observe and report.
There's not really enough room for two cooks in this kitchen.
You're not a cook.
I'm a cook, and I'm serving up justice.
You're a security guard.
Hot plates of justice.
That's it, you motherfucker! All day, I'm listening to your bullshit. We didn't find anything today because of you. You fucked up my investigation and you wasted my time. Now I gotta come back to this shithole to interview the people who might have actually done the crime. I hate you. I hate you so much, you fucking faggot.
Starring Seth Rogen, directed by our underrated favorite, Jody Hill.
The underrated maverick filmmaker.
From 2009. You like this movie?
Yeah, I fucking love this movie, dude.
Dude, I fucking love this movie too.
Yeah. Massively underrated film, dude. Massively underrated film. I don't know why people hate on this film.
Because I really think, dude, they marketed it poorly.
Yeah.
Because it's Seth Rogen, right? It's Jody Hill, who just came off of Fistway, which we reviewed. You should check that out. It's right around the time of Paul Blart Mall Cop, which is another fucking comedy mall thing, you know?
Yeah, but that movie sucks, dude.
Yeah, that movie sucks, but
They made two
people
of them.
preferred that at the time more than this. People liked that movie a lot. I mean, it got sequels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this movie, it's a little more artistic than that.
No,
It doesn't sell out, and it has a message, you know, in there, which I think is something that Paul Blart kind of doesn't have, you know, and it's dark. It gets dark, and that's the point of this movie, and that's why I think it's so fucking good.
Yeah, well, the movie isn't what it is marketed as. You think it's going to be a bumbling idiot Seth Rogen mall cop movie, the fucking Kevin Spacey mall cop movies, which were shot at the same time, apparently, and they're released in the same year.
Yeah,
But
Kevin, what's his name? Kevin
James.
Kevin James, yeah.
Yeah, but this is a vigilante movie disguised as a comedy.
Yeah.
You know, this is so much more than just a bumbling idiot Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah.
You know, he's playing a guy who, a mentally disturbed mall cop.
Bipolar. He has bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
Which is not something that's shied away from. You know what I mean?
But it also is a comedy too.
It is a comedy. I mean, he plays it very funny. You know, Seth Rogen's a funny guy, and Jody Hill is a very funny writer.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about Jody Hill, which kind of reminds me of some other directors I love, is they're able to mix comedy and tragedy together really well. Kind of like Altman was able to do that really well. You know?
Robert Altman, okay.
Yeah, Robert Altman and Jody Hill.
Dude,
Fucking who would have thought, dude?
Yeah, no, Jody Hill, I fuck with his stuff.
I do too, dude. I do too. I liked this movie a lot, and I remember watching it as a kid, in 2009, 2010, and I was like, dude, this was not what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
This was darker than I thought it was going to be. And
it's also badass.
Yeah, and I didn't understand, the story. I didn't understand the beats of the story, you know?
Yeah.
Now, watching it as an adult, I'm like, okay, that was kind of an experimental, kind of out there take on this, you know? And, there are funny moments, which they market it, where he's beating up the fucking kids. And, when you watch that as a kid, you're like, oh, that's funny, you know? But, as an adult, I don't know, there's so much more to this story than just, the funny moments, right?
Yeah, yeah. And basically,
it's a very niche audience. That's the thing. This is made for a very niche audience.
Yeah. That
it's not going to be for everyone. And when you market it towards everyone, it's going to fail.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it cost $15 million to make, and it made $25 million.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So it wasn't a success, but it wasn't necessarily a flop per se. I mean, it depends on who you talk to. I think it is kind of a cult classic at this point. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking amazing. If you're into if you've seen the Foot Fist Way, then it has all the tropes of the Jody Hill film. You know, you have badass kind of fight choreography. You have fucking hot blondes. You have
hot blondes.
You have white
Anna Faris.
You have white trash antics. You have the fucking cuck humor in this as well. Jody Hill loves these blonde girls, but he also loves these trashy white trash characters. The film in itself is not white trash. It's very well made,
Mm-hmm.
but like it depicts a sort of white trash New Mexico Albuquerque lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, whereas like something like Microwave Massacre, I think it's just straight up like white trash, probably.
Yeah. It's just
You know?
trash.
Yeah. But like here you have like Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
He was living with his alcoholic mother.
Yeah.
And
he's very white trash. Like the mall they're in is white trash,
Yeah.
dude. And like, yeah, it's so obvious that it's like Jody Hill knows this demographic and he's lived around these people, you know, and it's just something that like comes naturally to him when he's like creating these stories.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. Like he captures it so well because we've been around people like that. If you live in America, you know people like that constantly.
Yeah, like
know?
WWE.
Yeah.
You know, football fans like going to like a Raiders game.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of like the people they're depicting. No offense to you guys. No offense to Raiders fans.
Yeah, but fucking Raiders fans are fucking white trash, dude. They're like the fucking trashiest fans out there.
Yeah, like the people who go to like WWE events. No offense, like it's like stereotype, but you get what I'm saying. We're following Seth Rogen and his gang of little mall coppers, and they go to fucking shooting ranges and shit.
And like really fucking a lot of really young actors in this that you would know nowadays, like Michael Pena, Jesse Plemons.
Oh yeah.
Fucking. You have Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
Really fucking young in this.
Ray Liotta is his.
R.I.P. Ray Liotta, dude. He's great in this. He definitely elevates the film too.
Yeah, he's like, you fucking retard.
Yeah.
You might think you're a real cop, but you're not. You know why? Because you're a fucking retard!
Guy doesn't know how to use his inside voice.
Yeah, dude, that is so. No, this movie is like, it's not boring at all. Like,
No,
it's
it's
like
not.
a fun movie to watch. But basically, he's a mall cop trying to track down a streaker or a flasher.
Yeah.
That's like flashing everyone in the parking lot and in the mall and stuff. And we kind of go through his predicament. We kind of learn about him. He's definitely not all there. But this is like a movie that's more compared to like Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Than it is like a straight up comedy. Like this is like a vigilante movie about someone who's very mentally disturbed. And like they say in the movie, they say
it's like, I thought this was gonna be fun. I thought this was gonna be funny, but it's actually really sad.
Yeah, it actually is kind of like a sad
movie
because this guy is trying to do something more and trying to be something more, but he can't necessarily. He's not allowed by society to do it because he is mentally disturbed and he is fucked up in the head. And it's not necessarily his fault.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily learn where his trauma comes from, but we can understand it's probably like his family or like some violence or whatever, you know?
Yeah, and there's a lot of like really dark things in it. Like I love the dark humor line where he's like, "Mom, is it my fault that Dad left?" And she's like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
You know, like, but
I just
want to say like, it's a movie kind of like the way it's laid out is like, he's this guy, right, and like he kind of has like this safe place for him in this mall, right? Like he's kind of like has this haven where he can like be the master and like be in control of his environment, right? But obviously he wants to aspire to better things, right? Like you don't want to just be a mall cop. Like he wants to prove that he can be like better than just who he is. When he leaves that and loses that control, then you kind of see like, oh, like he's kind of disturbed. Like he doesn't have this thing grounding him to reality in a way where it's like something that's like actually like very therapeutic for him, you know, even though he's like really fucking weird and really fucking annoying in the mall. Like the mall is the place where he like has this safe spot, you know what I mean? And everyone fucking makes fun of him, puts him down for it. But then like at the end you realize like, dude, he's like fucking badass in that place because of like who he is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't think like, you think he's gonna be like a wimp, but then there's like moments where he's just like beats the shit out of all these like, you know, hoodlums, and then there's that whole scene where he fucking beats up all those cops,
dude.
He fights Ray Liotta and shit, and then he kind of has a redemption arc in the end where he kind of like finds himself and like realizes that he doesn't need a badge to like prove himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of like the end where he like gets like, he shoots the fucking, I'm not going to spoil it, but you know, for you guys to watch it, you know, and also we got to talk about the cuck shit in this too.
Yeah, the cuck shit with Ray Liotta and Anna Faris.
No, there's also the part where he's like having the birthday with his mom, and the cops are there, and the mom turns to Michael Pena and he's like, when my son was in high school, I fucked all of his friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
You know, and that's like taking it like even in like Fist Foot Way. There's like late 2000s cuck humor that was always like, you know, going on. He's like, oh, and then he's like watching Anna Faris get fucked by Ray Liotta, the woman that he loves.
Even though fucking Anna Faris is so trashy, dude.
Dude, I know she's trashy.
So like annoying and like not the type of person that you should be with or wants to be with, but like she's just hot but she's a fucking alcoholic, and he takes her on a date and she gets so fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And he has sex with her while she's fucking passed out, which is another early 2000s thing that's like very problematic now.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, yeah, he's fucking her, but he does notice that she's passed out, and he's like, oh, fuck, are you okay? And then she wakes up and she's like, why did you stop?
Yeah,
you
but
know?
she was like fucking throw up all over her. Like,
yeah. So technically, like, he does. It's not like he's doing it like just because. It's like she says, oh, why did you stop? But he realizes that she was passed out. You know. Yeah. So that's kind of like the lining with that. You know.
Sure.
But that would never go. That would never fly today. And like.
And the other thing I fucking love about this movie too is that montage where he starts doing all this fucking hard drugs with Michael Pena. Yeah. Where Michael Pena is like, oh, I want to take you under my wing. And it's just like in the span of like a fucking couple of hours, they start doing like fucking cocaine, weed, fucking Adderall, dude, fucking heroin.
And they're beating up hella, like there's hella shit that goes on in the movie that there's no consequence. They like fuck up so much shit and there's literally no consequence to it. They literally like beat up all those kids and like fucking hit them in the head and shit, like beat the fuck out of them, and there's literally nothing that like happens with it. Yeah. You know, and he literally beats up all those cops and like he gets arrested for a night.
He fucking beats up Patton Oswalt and shit.
Oh yeah. Patton Oswalt and Aziz Ansari. Yeah. Like when he's dude. That shit is hilarious. Man.
Yeah. Dude, Aziz Ansari was pretty funny in this though. Yeah. He's really funny.
Yeah. But it feels like it has that catharsis to it in the end, you know?
It definitely does. Yeah. I definitely like when it ends, I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, dude. Another banger from Jody Hill.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Massively underrated. Yeah. Classic. You guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out if you're into that type shit, you know? Like the good old days of comedy that we miss nowadays. Because, I don't know, like, I like fucked up, like, humor, you know? Like, but, like, fucked up shit is funny. Yeah. You know?
It is. I like this movie a lot. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, peak Seth Rogen era, sexiest man alive.
Who?
Seth Rogen.